Hello, my Gretchin gets. Welcome back to Happy Crop and Wargaming. We've got a very quick one for you today. So, GW just released brand new FAQs. It was for the Orcs and the Custodes. There may be a few more that are coming later today. If there are, I'll make sure I get them to you. But this does actually change the way that we're going to play the game a little bit. They're not the biggest or even the smallest changes, but there are some actually fundamental things that can change in the way that you play your favorite army. So I just got to start this off real fast. Orcs got buffed and nerfed. And Custodes, thank goodness Games Workshop finally provided a little bit of balance. So let's get right on into it. Orcs got buff nerfed. All right, so not that much has really changed, but one very big thing has changed. So Battle Wagon Transport section, they also changed it for the Stampa for those of you who really care. So instead of Gaz, Coolmech, or Draka taking up 18 battle slots, or 18 slots within the Battle Wagon, he now takes up 15. You add one for a good Makari, that creates 16, and then that'll give you the opportunity to get up to 3 Mega Knobs inside the Battle Wagon with them. So now you can effectively field Gaz, Makari, and up to 3 Mega Knobs inside of Battle Wagon. This is pretty dang cool because it will absolutely open up a few different ways of delivering Gaz if you really want to run Gaz. I think this is probably only something I would be trying in the War Horde, because there is a really cool section in the rules commentary, and I've got it down here because everyone's going to yell at me saying I'm lying. I'm not. Here it is. It says disembarking large models. When a unit disembarks from a transport, it must be set up wholly within 3 inches of that model. If a disembarking model is so large that it's not possible to set it up wholly within 3, set the model up with its base within 1 inch of the transport's base or hull and not within an engagement range of enemy models. So effectively, this can get you an extra inch of disembarkation movement with Gazcool, which is actually pretty cool. So you can get effectively like a 4-inch disembark, which is actually pretty dang dope. So Battle Wagon, 4-inch disembark, 5-inch move plus advanced charge if you're doing that in the wall. It can actually get Gaz where you really need him. It can get him disembarked across buildings because all you got to do is end his base within 1 inch of the Battle Wagon, which is actually pretty dope. So it does open up some really cool things. Then we got a fairly irrelevant change, which was on the Hunter rig. So this actually didn't change anything. It was just like cleaning up some rules because it was written fairly poorly. Because in the core rules, you cannot modify extra attacks with the amount of weapons that have the extra attacks keyword by the amount of attacks they get. So you can't add attacks to it or subtract attacks to it. So they just clarified on the Hunter Rig's ability sheet, this supersedes that core rule. It was already worked, but I understand it's really good that GW is just learning to clean up their rules writing, so I like it. Good for you on writing it down. Doesn't change anything, but good on you for writing it down. Then the Gretchin got a small little bit of a nerf. So Gretchin are not quite as good as they previously were. Does that mean I'm not taking Gretchin? No. It doesn't really change much of anything, but it is worth talking about. So effectively, the Gretchin's Thieving Scavenger's ability, what it now says is, at the start of your movement phase, roll 1d6. For each objective marker you control that has one or more units from your army with this ability within range of it. This has changed to being at the start of the command phase. So it is nice in the fact that now your Gretchin can get you CP on turn 1 if you go first, but it's also kind of bad because now you check for control after the battle shock step. So previously, what would happen if the Gretchin were battle shocked in the previous turn, they get unbattle shocked at the start of the command phase, then you roll to see if you get CP, and then the battle shock step happens. So it doesn't really, it's basically impossible for them to be battle shocked. However, now it's different. Now you'll be checking for this ability after battle shock. So I would say it's a little bit of a nerf. It doesn't really change the way that we're going to play, but it is what it is. And then actually GW put out some useful FAQs, which is pretty darn cool. Thank you, GW. These are actually well written. FAQs. Question: when using the conniving runt stratagem, this was from Dreadmob, and if you guys have used that stratagem, do I need to roll a 4-up on the mortals, or do I need to roll a 4-up and have mortals affected to be able to get my reactive move? And the answer is no. This was pretty clear, but people were making the argument, and GW, recognizing that they were a little ambiguous in the way they wrote the rules, they actually answered correctly. So thank you, GW, for that clarification. And then lastly, in the effect section of the Go Get 'em stratagem, there's an additional effect. If my unit contains 10 or more models, when do I check if my unit has 10 or more models? So this is in the green tide. So for those of you who play orcs, or those of you who are playing against orcs, the question was, in this is a reactive move stratagem. So when you shoot me, I get to move 6 inches after you're done shooting me. I get to move a full 6 inches if I have more than 10 models in my unit, and I get to move D6 inches if I have less than 10 models in my unit. The question was, when do we check to see how many models are left in the unit? Is it at the time that the stratagem is used? Is it at the time that you're selected? Is it at the time after the shots have been resolved? Well, GW has clarified it's checked after the attacking unit has shot. So if you lose enough models, you will lose the automatic 6-inch move. So great job, GW. Thanks for the FAQ. Now to the spicy stuff. Custodes. Custodes were dominating in the meta. They were so good. They're clearly the best army in the game. If you can't hear the dripping sarcasm on your voice, just bear with me. So effectively what they needed to do is they had to nerf Custodes again. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, let's just go through it. Orc champion, shoulder the mantle stratagem. Change to read when your movement phase before the reinforcement step. Oh, this is so bad. Target one adaptive custodian character model from your army that's not leading a unit. Effect, select one friendly unit, and effectively now you get to lead them. This is a terrible change. Basically what GW did here is they said, oh, there is one good interaction in the entire index for Orc champions. One, where you can use this stratagem to, say, advance a blade champion, I don't know, 6 inches away from an enemy unit, then deep strike 9 inches away from the enemy unit, but within 2 inches of the blade champion so that you can then attach and effectively get a 6-inch deep strike charge. The detachment was still garbage, it's still trash, it's still awful, but this was a cool interaction that could give you a little bit of extra play. So GW decided that they were going to eliminate it by making sure that now you have to use the stratagem before the reinforcement step, before deep strikes can occur. This sucks. It's stupid. The detachment was already trash, and now it's just even more trash. It's kind of funny, actually, to be honest with you. It's like, it's funny to kick things when they're down, right? Anyway. So, yeah, GW decided to nerf Custodes because apparently, I don't know, they were dominating the meta. To be fair, let's back up for a second. To be fair, GW might have already written very good fixes for Custodes. And because I actually do think GW, on general, does a good job, although they've done an atrocious job with the Custodes. In the upcoming balanced data slate, they may have already written fixes to the entire Custodes Codex, and perhaps with all those fixes, this interaction would have been too strong. So maybe they're doing this in the context of the data slate that they're going to be dropping in a few weeks. To be fair. Then, Valerian finally gets Deep Strike. He hasn't had Deep Strike all edition. It's been weird. Everything else has. So they fixed that. Okay, cool. That's nice. It changes almost nothing, but it is nice. And then lastly, on an enhancement for the Talons of the Emperor detachment, which is the only really playable detachment in my opinion. Adeptus Custodes model only, the range of the bearer's null against or deadly unit ability is increased to 9 inches. That sucks. Basically, it just means that one Adeptus Custodes model can now provide a 9-inch aura of +1 to hit to Sisters of Silence models. Wow. Previously, at least you could have weirdly put it on like a solo Sister of Silence character who could extend her Feel No Pain protection by 9 inches. I don't think you ever would, but like you could have. I don't know. This was really weird. It was really funny that GW just decided to hit Custodes again. Anyway, these are the changes they have out. If we get more changes, then I will go ahead and post them up. These are live on Warcom right now. We had some guys in our Discord who were really industrious young lads, and they checked the app and they figured out the changes earlier. So if you want access to early information, you as well should hop into the Discord. You can sign up to the members only Discord using either a YouTube membership or my coffee link, which is down in the description below, where you get access to our Discord where we're going to be talking about all sorts of high level strategies and tactics every single day. We also have like a cooking channel and a fitness channel, which is pretty freaking cool. So we're having a blast in there, and we'd love to have you join us. Anyway, until next time, my Gretchin, this has been Happy Crumpin', and we are out. Bye.